Alright, so the first thing I want to talk about is nonverbal behavior, particularly facial expressions. And what I want to talk about in regards to it is the fact that there's been research over several decades that facial expressions are universal because emotions are universal. In every culture, everywhere, there is happy, sad, angry, surprised, disgusted. Oh, what's the other ones? And fear, yeah. And what I find cool about that is that no matter where you go, you can smile at someone or frown or cry, and everyone will know what you're thinking. At least they may not know how to talk to you, but they would know how to maybe try and console you or laugh with you or something like that. And a personal story that of mine that I would attribute to this is that I am an avid traveler. I've been to several different states as well as out of the country twice. I went to Belize and Tanzania in the last 2 years, and whenever someone couldn't speak to me, it was always nice that they would, smile, and I could always tell that they were happy, or sad or angry or anything with me. But I never questioned what exactly they were feeling. I always knew, no matter if they could speak to me or not. Yeah, that's really all I have on that topic. Next one. The second thing I want to talk about is uncertainty avoidance. And I just think it's kind of interesting to look at different cultures and see what they are in terms of this. Like, I think a lot of Western cultures really want to be certain about things, and we're actually kind of scared of being uncertain. I know, I guess a personal experience for me would be in the classroom every day and for, my whole life. If someone isn't certain about something, then they're not going to raise their hand, and if a teacher calls on them, they're gonna trip over their words, and they're gonna get nervous and just spew out random word vomit, because that's just how we operate here. But in other countries like Africa and Belize, as I mentioned before, I don't think it matters as much to them. They don't really avoid uncertain situations at all. They kind of just go with the flow, and that's just kind of how it is in parts of the world, different parts of the world. People just kind of go with the flow and just deal with whatever comes their way. Sorry, I'm reading. But yeah, that's pretty much all I have on that one. Third one. Alright, so my third one that I think is interesting is the topic of silence, and how a lot of people, especially in the Western world, are very uncomfortable with silence. We try to fill it with music or podcasts, or we just spew words and just get onto weird topics. Like my mom, she calls it word vomit, and I guess I have that trait too, where if we feel uncomfortable in a situation and it's silent, that we'll just keep talking, and we'll just get on really off topics, and people kind of get put off by that, and they think it's kind of weird, but it's just us being kind of nervous about being around this uncertain person, and they're silent, so we're like, oh, what are they thinking? I'm just gonna keep talking, because silence is really awkward. And what I've found is the more I'm comfortable with a person, the more I'm able to just sit in silence with them for long periods of time. And yeah, I guess another experience, and I'm going to keep mentioning this, I guess, is, when I traveled, just being put in a different culture like that, you just see the extremes of what your culture does versus what their culture does. And it like in Africa, it was really tough the first few days to just be quiet sometimes, because sometimes they wouldn't be mad or anything, but like the people you would talk to would give you like not very long answers, and then they would just go into silence, and then we would try to fill the air again, and we'd get the same response, and it was just always kind of funny. But by the end of the trip, we're all pretty comfortable with each other, so we were okay with being silent. And yeah, 2 questions I would probably have is I wonder why people in like Western cultures are so afraid of silence, and if there's a way to remedy that in younger years, or if I can help myself now avoid awkward situations like that. And then something else would be what should I ask? I guess a good question is body movement. For me, I just fidget because I hate sitting still. I'm not nervous or anything. So, it's possible, is it possible for a person to be fidgeting around and not be nervous? Is it just like something that their body just does automatically? Because I know when I put my, when I'm like sitting in a chair and I put my heel up so my foot's just resting on my toes, my leg will start to jump up and down for no reason. And my family always makes fun of me because they say that they're like asking, am I nervous? And I'm just like, no, it just kind of does that. I would have to wonder if I ever went into a psychiatrist's office, if they would judge me for that. They write it down in their little notebook and be like, oh, she's nervous. Wonder why. But yeah, I guess that's it. Bye.